Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Braden Fletcher, and welcome to the culmination of Speed Weeks. This is the broadcast for the Daytona 250. I hope you have all enjoyed the last 7 days of racing, but it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty. The reason that all these racers came here, the Harley J. Earl Trophy. Before we get to our starting grid, before we get to our national anthem or the command to start engines, let's look at our track description. 2.5 mile tri-oval, 31 degrees of banking in the turns, 18 degrees in the tri-oval, and 6 degrees on the straightaway. Now we go to our manufacturer's breakdown. We have 6 Fords, 7 Chevys, 4 Pontiacs, including 2 starting on the front row, and 3 Dodges. That makes up our 20-car field. And now here is our Daytona 250 description. 20 cars starting, 100 laps, 250 miles. Just north of $6 million on the line. And we expect 50 to 70 laps on tires and fuel, but some might try to stretch it. And the race record set all the way back in 1980 by famed driver and famed broadcaster, Buddy Baker. And now let's look at our track conditions today. 83 degrees outside, 31% humidity, little windy here and there. Very nice and sunny. The in-car temperature over 130 degrees. Track temp 115. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to our opening ceremonies, and then we'll get to your starting grid. Now here's the starting lineup for your Daytona 250. Starting on the pole in the number 18, Bobby Labonte from Corpus Christi, Texas. And starting alongside him, Missouri's own Kenny Schrader. Starting in row number 2, the winner of duel number 1, Stacy Compton. Very close finish with Brady Fletch. And in row number 2, starting on the outside, winner of duel number 2, Dale Earnhardt Jr. We got Brady Fletch starting in that 5th spot, and we got Jeff Burton starting in 6th. Kevin Harvick, 2007 champion of this race, starting in 7th. Then we got Shauna Robinson. She's only made 1 start in the 500, but let's see if she can get her name on the Harley J. Earl Trophy. She's starting 8th. Starting 9th, we have the son of royalty, Kyle Petty. He actually won his very first race in Daytona on ARCA race back in 1979. And Dale Jarrett, the 3-time 500 champion, is starting in 10th. We got Kurt Busch, 2017 Daytona 500 champion, starting in 11th. And then Brad Lindsay, starting in 12th. Bill Elliott, multi-time 500 champion, starting in 13th. Then the man who won in his 17th try, looking to go for it again, it's Darrell Waltrip. Terry Labonte and Mark Martin, both never fortunate enough to visit Daytona 500 Victory Lane. Mark Martin came oh so close, shall I say, in 2007. Robbie Gordon looking for his first trip to Daytona 500 Victory Lane, and Ernie Irvan, he was fortunate enough to go back to Daytona 500 Victory Lane with Morgan McClure back in the 90s. And then Rusty Wallace, he's never been able to find a super speedway Victory Lane, let alone Daytona 500. He'll try to change that. And last year's winner of the Daytona 250, we have Ricky Rudd. Let's go green. And ladies and gentlemen, we are green in the second ever Daytona 250 on LizBiz TV. Bobby Labonte, the polecat, leads him into turn number 1. Brady Fletch looking to go side by side with Jeff Burton already. Burton cuts his nose off. Brady Fletch gets into, looks like Shauna Robinson. No, it's Kevin Harvick up top. They're still very much single file with only, I believe that's Harvick on the outside. Yes, it is. Look at him fall all the way back. Here comes Robinson on the inside of Brady Fletch. Oh, Brady Fletch got a big run there. Holy cow, he goes 3 wide. We're looking 4 wide here almost. This is just the opening lap. Now we're looking at the leader right now. Bobby Labonte looking to come and lead lap 1 of the Daytona 250. He gets it done. Schrader to the inside of Bobby Labonte. Fletch to the outside. Who's going to prevail off of turn number 2? Brady Fletch does. He gets the lead. He got a good shot from Bobby Labonte. Now they're 3 wide down the backstretch. Look at that outside line go. Brady Fletch looking to lead now, lap number 2. Easy for Brady to say. And he gets it done. They're still side by each, pretty much all the way through the field. Compton now wants the lead of this Daytona 250. He's getting a push from Jeff Burton in that X-side ride. Oh, man. Labonte looking bottom and top on Fletch to see if he can get around him. No, he can't. He gets slowed up in the high groove. Here comes Kenny Schrader. Schrader looking for the lead of this this 250, rather. Look at Labonte on the outside. Big push from Compton and Burton. Bobby Labonte retakes the lead in this Daytona 250. His car was lightning fast in qualifying. Got a big old push from Fletch right there. It's really early to be pushing like that. I don't know if I like that or not. Schrader looking 3 wide. Here's Bobby's brother Terry there. Whoa, Sean Robinson flies in. Gave Schrader a big old shot, but Rudd gave Fletch enough of a shot. He gets back to the lead of the inside line. Coming off to complete lap number 4. Back in the pack, they're looking 3 wide again. Here comes Harvick. We saw him slowing up actually on the initial takeoff. Here comes Kevin Harvick on the inside, banging doors with Dale Jarrett. Jarrett was doing the same thing with Terry Labonte. Harvick, infamous for having one of the closest finishes in Daytona 500 history, came out the victor on that night because Mark Martin finished, I don't know, 3 inches behind him maybe. Harvick looking to the inside of Shauna Robinson. Now we look further back in the pack, side by side. Back of the pack, catching our few leaders. Wow, a lot of checking up happening. Whoa, Ernie Irving gets loose. Remember, we saw him looping around here last Sunday in qualifying. One of the only cars that did not put in a second lap. See the pack cascade into turn 1. Everything fairly calm right now. I say that, and then here goes Shauna Robinson for the lead. Help from Kurt Busch. Here comes Dale Jarrett for the lead, but Fletch blocks. 3 wide, 4 rows deep, it seemed like. Kurt Busch now looking for the lead. Let's ride on board with Kurt. Excuse me, that's Dale Jarrett, not Kurt Busch. Look at the hands moving in there. Oh, Busch might have a little peek underneath Fletch. Fletch goes up the track. He knows that his car's really good on the high line. Here comes Bobby Labonte back to third. Labonte, 2000 Series champion, came oh so close in 98. Couldn't beat Earnhardt though. Not many people could at Daytona. There's our front row. That's Bobby Labonte and Kenny Schrader. Those guys working together. Who wouldn't want to work together with Kenny Schrader? One of the nicest guys in the garage area. Same with Bobby Labonte. Robinson inside a Busch. And now here comes Schrader. Wow! Same story, different tune. It seems like, oh wow, these guys are really getting freight train. Robinson! She's to the lead in the Daytona 250. She breaks Fletch's stranglehold on the lead, and she will lead her first lap. Bit of contact there. Fletch on the outside again. Looking to get by Robinson. Fletch getting pushed by the Pied Piper. The reason they'd always say that about Junior, everybody followed him. Whichever lane he wanted to run, that was everybody's preferred lane back in the early 2000s. We have a Chevy, we have a Ford, we have a Chevy, and we have a Pontiac. That's your top four, and then there's a Dodge coming to third. Not really one manufacturer, not really one driver that's really stood out. I mean, Brady Fletch has been able to keep the lead, but everybody else, a very mixed bag, if you will. We're already 10% of the way through this race. Just under 9 minutes in. Fletch blocking Shauna. He knows that 49 BAM Racing Dodge. That thing has some horsepower. Oh, she gets a shove from both Bill Elliott and Kenny Schrader. Here's a name we haven't really talked about today so far. Robbie Gordon. He's sneaking into the top 5 right there in 6th spot. Now he's in 7th. But he's been looking good today. I say that and then he falls back. That's always the commentator's curse, eh? And now let's ride on board with Kyle Petty. Because he sees 20 cars through his windshield. Well, 19, excuse me. He sees the rest of the pack through his windshield. And imagine the turbulence back there. It's bad in 5th or 6th, but 19th or 20th, where DW and Kyle are, that's gotta be, car's gotta be really hard to handle back there. Oh man, he really had to slam on the brakes there almost. All right, let's get back to our leader. Brady Fletch, we see Bill Elliott goes under Shauna Robinson along with help from Stacey Compton. Rusty Wallace now looking, yes he does, he gets 4th spot. Getting a shove from Kenny Schrader. Schrader actually ducks under him, tried to go 3 wide, thought better of it. Maybe he thought better of it, or maybe he just couldn't make it happen. Rusty Wallace driving midnight. One of his favorite cars, driving it here at the Daytona 250. Gets split. Whoa, Brady Fletch knocked up the track. Bill Elliott to the lead of the Daytona 250. That's not really a rare sight in Daytona history. Bill Elliott, man. Those Melling racing cars back in the 80s, those things had some horsepower. He was dominant at the super speedways for a long, long time. Three wide. Stacy Compton now to the lead of the Daytona 250. He got split. Just like a 97 when the Hendrick cars did it to him. Compton looking to the inside of Brady Fletch. He's on the left rear quarter panel. We're on board with Compton. We see Schrader looking to get to the inside of Fletch too. Earnhardt shoving Compton. Will Compton be able to lead the Daytona 250? Oh, no, he won't. Fletch pulls alongside and passes him. Now Earnhardt looking to the inside of Compton. He gets there. That stacks the outside way up. The 24's shown dominance like nobody else this race thus far. Now let's update you on our front row. We see Kenny Schrader. He started second. He's still in that third spot, fighting for the lead, fighting the good fight. And we see the pole sitter, Bobby Labonte, back to 19th. I mean, sure, it doesn't really mean much. You'll be able to get from the back to the front in maybe 1 or 2 laps, but still, wow. I thought that car had a lot more speed in it than 19th. Then there's your dual winners, Compton and Earnhardt Jr. Compton on the inside getting pushed by Harvick. Compton won a fairly close race. Jr. pulled away in the closing laps. Bobby Gordon now looking to push Brady Fletch. No, I thought he was going to look to the middle there. Here we are on board with Robbie. Oh, a lot of contact there between the 36 and the 24. Bumper of that 24 car now looking behind the back bumper. Look at all that jostling back there. Martin looking maybe to the outside of Fletch. No, can't make it happen. Here comes Harvick to the inside. These guys don't seem content running with the same people or in the same positions for longer than a lap or so. There's no sit around and ride here. They're just going for that lead for, well, all 19 or all 18 laps thus far, I should say. As we come to start lap 20, at the end of lap 20, I will shut up for about 10 laps. We'll pick you back up on lap 30, but for 10 laps, enjoy the sound of these race machines. And as we come down into turn 1, Brady Fletch thus far leads 15 laps. Bobby Labonte, Sean Robinson, Bill Elliott, and Robbie Gordon get a buck apiece. To the inside there. Robbie's lap left. Sorry, that was Fletch 16 laps and Robbie Gordon 1 lap. All right, talk to y'all on lap 30. As we complete lap 30, we see Ernie Irvan back to the lead with a push from Brady Fletch. Brady Fletch has been trying a lot of things, trying to see who he can work with, because we saw him do the same thing with Terry Labonte. Top four pretty much broken away. Here's fifth, Mark Martin. And he himself has pulled away from sixth, Kurt Busch. Let's keep going through the field. We got Kevin Harvick in that seventh spot. Wow! Oh, a lot of jockeying up there. Got Harvick in seventh, Rudd eighth. Actually ninth now. He's beside Junior. And behind Junior we got Robbie Gordon. Robbie Gordon's behind him. Kenny Schrader. Beside Junior now, Stacey Compton and Shauna Robinson. Darrell Waltrip, our pole sitter Bobby Labonte, Kyle Petty, Rusty Wallace, Bill Elliott, Jeff Burton, and that Dodge of Brad Lindsay. I remember earlier when I said I didn't like that. You know what? He can let off and just coast around the track for a long time because he has 19 cars breaking a hole in the air for him. Maybe that is a good strategy. Ernie Irvan's still getting pushed from that 24 Brady Fletch. We've heard a lot of reports of these guys saying they just drive it off the right rear. And I wonder if that's going to be an issue later on in this race. His handling was an issue here last year, remember that. Brady Fletch inside Ernie Irvan now. They make contact. Fletch back to the lead. Ricky Rudd now looking to the inside of Ernie Irvan. Here comes Compton with a push from Labonte. Compton, your new leader in the Daytona 250. What a move! We are 1/3 of the way through this race. Goes 3 wide. Here comes Fletch looking 3 wide. On board with him, looking out the left side. Didn't have momentum to make that move work. Wow, looks like he had to jump out of the gas there. Got squeezed into the wall by Shauna Robinson. Gave Ernie Irvan a really good push there. Robinson trying to give Mark the same thing isn't working. Now she's going to duck to the inside. Three wide for the lead. Terry Labonte underneath Stacey Compton now. Into the outside. None of these guys, none of these drivers are content with just riding. We've seen nothing but amazing racing for the lead, and we're only on lap 36. These guys still have well over half the race to go. Labonte's shown that car to be strong. Both he and that 24 Brady Fletch Hendrick engines in there. So that's definitely where the horsepower is coming from. We see Brady Fletch there in that last spot. still has that stranglehold on the first spot. Ernie Irvan behind Compton. Kurt Busch looking to the inside of Ernie Irvan with help from Robbie Gordon. Here comes Robinson and Jarrett up top. Those two have proved to be a pretty potent combination so far in this race. Oh, look at Ernie Irvan to the inside of Stacey Compton and to the inside of Terry Labonte. Ernie Irvan, your new leader. A lot of contact there. Brady Fletch in the wall. He's probably going to go back to last place again. But once again, not that hard to get from last to first here if you have a car to do it with. Robinson inside of Terry Labonte. No, couldn't get there. Mark Martin now. Here comes Ernie Irvan. Irvan makes it 3 wide again. That car has really proved to be strong. I'm very impressed with that. He had a decent run going Sunday. Actually, he had a pole run going Sunday. But the second half of that lap kind of fell off. I believe a headwind stopped that. Ernie Irvan up high. Robinson once again looking to the inside of Terry Labonte. Once again, Irvan looking to the inside of Terry Labonte. He gets the lead. Getting pushed by Dale Jarrett. Who's going to lead this lap? Ernie does, but Terry gets the lead again. That 5 Chevy seems he can do pretty much anything with that car. Look at all the stacking up in the back of the pack there. Holy cow. So holy cow, the Labonte brothers bookending this field. Terry in first, Bobby in last. There's the former 250 champion, Ricky Rudd. Oh, wow, the outside really slows up there. Petty to the inside. He's looking to lead his first laps of this Daytona 250. For the majority of this race, he's pretty much been in the tail end, but I don't know, maybe he's trying to turn it on now. Whoa, Schrader really coming in there. He gained about 6 or 8 spots there. Once again, showing why he was on the front row for this race. Seven laps to halfway. Terry blocking Kyle Petty and Sean Robinson. Robinson getting help from Kurt Busch. Kyle Petty getting help from Bill Elliott. Here comes Brady Fletch right behind Dale Jarrett, giving Dale Jarrett a nice little shot. Still trying to lock onto the back of somebody's bumper. I think he's testing that for the end of the race. I don't know if he needs to test that though. That car has been lightning quick all week. And pretty much every car he's been in has been lightning quick this week. Of course, he won the 30 minutes at the beach. Finished second in one of his duels. Almost won the truck race after contacting Ty Majeski. And he won the Trojan 100 yesterday. He's slamming into the back of Terry Labonte. Those two cars definitely been the fastest so far in this race. Here we are on board with Terry, looking out his right side window at his teammate. Now his teammate falls in behind. Thinking that teammate, let's go on board him. From the front bumper of that 24 car. Now looking out the rear bumper. Man, you can see how rough these guys are. Holy cow. Catching his good friend Brad Lindsay there on the inside. There's Mark Martin looking for the lead. He grabs it. Sun's starting to go down. Temperature's starting to go down. You know what that means? Only one thing, the speeds are starting to pick up. Near halfway. I don't know about you, but man, this second half is as crazy as this first half. We're going to have one hell of a Daytona 250 to talk about. And here are the two good friends, Brady Fletch and Brad Lindsay. Childhood friends. Fletch is pushing Lindsay. Look at the speed of those cars. Let's go on board with the wall trip. There they are. Those guys are flying. I feel like we might need to get a double camera shot, I should say. These guys are absolutely flying. Both ran 47s last lap. The other guys ran 49.9s. Oh, this is going to be a monster of a lap from Lindsay if he keeps getting pushed by Brady Fletch. reckon half a second quicker in that sector alone. And the time is, they are about an eighth of the track ahead of everybody else. A 45.68. Wow. Or sorry, an 8.8, but still, that is that's 2 seconds faster than Kurt Busch's previous fast lap. Now Brady Fletch falls off. After the end of this lap, we will leave you until lap 60. Excuse me, lap 61 rather. Brady Fletch to the inside of Brad Lindsay now. Is he looking for the pits? He has his indicator on, or maybe he's just trying to play some mind games. If anybody does go in the pits, we will break in the action for that. That is for sure. And no, he is not. So we will see you on lap number 60. Brady Fletch in the pits. Still had a fair amount of fuel in that race car, but he said he needed 4 new tires or else that car wasn't going to be able to hang on. I'm hearing crew chief say they're not pitting for at least another 30 laps, so this might be a bad break for Brady Fletch, but who knows, that new fresh Goodyear rubber, that could be the key to victory. Anyways, we'll catch you back on lap number 60. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading the charge. Got a big shot from Bobby Labonte right there. Now let's check in with Brady Fletch. Just past his pit road exit. See, I think it was a brilliant choice for him to draft Brad Lindsay all the way to about 5 or 6 seconds ahead of the field, because then he knew once he pitted, Brad Lindsay would have to fall back to that pack. It's going to be very interesting. There's Brad Lindsay in the lead again. It's going to be very interesting to see how big of a lead he gets after pit stop cycle out, and if they're able to catch him. So we are 60 laps into this race. Let me tell you, we still got 40 laps to go, and we don't know when these guys are going to pit. Opening graphics said 50 to 70 laps, but I think we might be able to stretch it longer. Fletch still had 39 liters in the tank when he had to go in for fuel, or not for fuel, for 4 tires rather. Junior really loose there. He looked like he was going to be in the middle in the sucker hole, as they call it. Oh, Labonte, wow, muscles his way to the lead. He's shown that that pole was no fluke. But now Ernie to the inside. Seems like nobody except for Terry Labonte and Brady Fletch has been able to hold that lead consistently. Well, except for Brad Lindsay when he was ahead of the pack by a few seconds. He held the lead for quite a long time. By each of the 3 rows. Oh, another 3 wide Jared to the inside. Or Jared to the middle of Robinson and Labonte, rather. Irvin ducks out. Now here comes Bobby Labonte with help from Terry. Or not help from Terry, help from Daryl. Here comes brother Terry on the bottom. Oh, the Labonte brothers touch. Brad almost cuts Bobby's nose off. On board with Brad Lindsay. We have just under 100 miles to go in this race. On the mini map there, riding on board with Brady Fletch, you see the back of the pack. That is how important 4 tires are in this race. Some of these drivers say they feel like they're almost 4-wheel drifting out there right now. You're driving the entire car, rather, off of the right rear. That's got to eat up that right rear tire, I would imagine.
Labonte looking for the lead of the fire, of the 250 rather. We come to 35 laps to go. I'd expect these cars in around 10 more laps, maybe a little bit more. Oh, wow, a lot of jockeying in the back. Now there's Brady Fletch, just past the stripe. That car's on rails compared to these things right now. These guys are running 55-second laps. That is how bad the tires are. Brady Fletch running 54s, 53s, picking up about a second a lap. And I know what you're thinking, why aren't these guys pitting? But you don't really want to pit right now. You want to stretch the fuel as long as you can so you can just sit on pit road for less and less time. Like if you went in right now, you'd have to fill up for 35 laps. If you go in around lap 80 or lap 85, you only have to put 10 or 15 laps of fuel in the car. Look at the back of the pack. Well, there's Bobby Labonte coming in. That's really not good for that car. Bobby Labonte, the pole sitter. He's going to have a lot more ground to make up because Fletch, remember, had that massive gap between he and there's Fletch right there, and wow, here he is up with the pack. But remember, Fletch had that massive lead with Brad Lindsay before he pitted. Here he is to the outside. Everybody else having to let off, having to coast, trying to save those tires. Fletch with 4 new feel goods, 4 fresh feel goods as DW will call him. He's flying up there. So I believe that our pole sitter is out of it. There's no shot of him winning this race. Goes to the inside of Lindsay. Wow, gives him a bit of a shot. Darrell Waltrip coming to lead lap 69. No, will Fletch be able to lead lap 69? No, he doesn't. That's DW. You got a Waltrip up there, you got a Petty up there, you got an Elliott up there. 3 of the biggest names in NASCAR racing. And Fletch, first generation driver. goes 3 wide with Kyle Petty. Whoa, look at Fletch. Fletch looking for the lead on DW. Goes top to bottom, and he gets it. Guys have picked up the speed again now that Brady Fletch is there. They get the draft off those 4 fresh tires. Wow, look at that lead he's got now. Robinson and Elliott. Let's go through the field. Robbie Gordon, Brad Lindsay, Terry Labonte, Dale Jarrett, Dale Jr. Jarrett behind Jr. now. We got Darrell Waltrip, Kurt Busch, Stacy Compton, Ricky Rudd, Kenny Schrader, Jeff Burton rather, Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, Kevin Harvick, Ernie Irvan, and Bobby Labonte. Bobby Labonte, the most lonely man in Daytona. The entire week was going so well. Then he decided to pit. Here come 2 guys, Brad Lindsay and Terry Labonte. These guys looking to pit. Maybe Bobby can catch up with them. These guys are getting 4 fresh tires. But these guys coming off pit road, Bobby Labonte just entering the tri-oval. I don't imagine he's going to be able to catch these guys. And you see that big gap. Big gap in the pack between Wallace and Irvin, Schrader and Martin. Here they come. I wouldn't be too worried about those 3. Side goes Schrader looking for that 14 spot. As we go to our leaders, we are 3/4 of the way through this Daytona 250, and we're 3 wide for the lead. Fletch in the wall. Fletch in the wall again. We see more cars peel off to go to pit road. That's Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., Ernie Irvan, and Rusty Wallace. Here's Terry and Brad. And then there's Bobby Labonte. He can see them, but just ever so faintly. Bobby is out of this race. But it's going to be fun. Where do these guys stack up compared to the others? Kurt Busch comes out first, followed by Rusty Wallace, Dale Jr., and then Mark Martin. Here comes Labonte. Oh, he's just going to slow up in behind Ernie Irvan. Getting a push from Lindsay, though. Surprised he's not able to get around Irvan. Robin started off speed weeks not very well at all on the opening day. Spins, hurts the car, almost totals the car almost. And now we have Kenny Schrader. Wow, look at all these people. Ricky Rudd, Dale Jarrett, Stacey Compton, Kenny Schrader, Kyle Petty, Darrell Waltrip, and Martin Martin in the pits. And now where will they be caught? Here comes Kurt Busch. Rounding the outside. Wow, gets under Petty. They hold on to it though. That was amazing. And now, pretty much the rest of our leaders are in. Jeff Burton, Kevin Harvick, Sean Robinson, and Robbie Gordon. Here's our leaders, Bill Elliott and Brady Fletch. Bill Elliott passes Fletch. Bill Elliott now in the pits. Brady Fletch, the only man who hasn't pitted yet. He's got a half a track lead with 22 laps to go. Man in Daytona right now. It's both him and Bobby Labonte. Separated by a straightaway, but their hopes and dreams, well, Bobby's are at least slashed. I don't know about Fletch's. These guys are coming up to start working on lap 80. Let's see the lap times these guys put down at 47.7. Fletch ran a 57. So these guys gaining 3 seconds a lap. So I imagine within 10 laps they're going to be caught up with Brady Fletch. At the end of this lap, I will let you go until lap 90, and then we will take you to the finish down the stretch. So here comes Brady Fletch coming to work lap 90. Coming to work lap 81 rather. Holy cow, sorry. I'll talk to you on lap 90 as we look for the checkered flag. And we have 10 laps left in your Daytona 250. Top four broken away from Terry Labonte and Stacy Compton. Here we are on board with Terry. You can see the leaders. Now if you go just above or just ahead of Kevin Harvick, then you see this man, Bobby Labonte. I cannot believe it only took these guys about 8 laps to track down Brady Fletch. That's the difference in new tires, I guess. But I'm hearing rumblings from some people down on pit road. A lot of people did not pack it completely full, or not completely full, but they really spent a short amount of time on pit road. I wonder if that's going to play into the conclusion of this race or not. There's not really any breakaways here. Brad Lindsay goes to the lead. The Canadians have really been putting a whooping on these boys. Coming to just 8 laps to go. Brady Fletch in the middle of 3 wide, now in the middle of 4 wide. To go. These guys are going to catch Bobby Labonte. Bobby's going to be with the pack, but not where he wants to be. Here we are on board Brady Fletch, looking out his back window now. In the dominant car for most of the day, especially in that opening state, or in those opening stages. Here comes Terry underneath with Dale Jarrett. Jarrett underneath Terry. Fletch giving Jarrett a massive push, coming to 6 laps to go. Whoa! Sideways gets Dale Jarrett. Great save though, but holy cow! Fletch almost spun out Jarrett and himself. Here comes Fletch on the back of Bobby Labonte. Gave him a shot. Bobby got a little sideways, but Jarrett, wow, man! Labonte just almost turned Fletch now. Five laps, 12.5 miles. That is all that is left between these drivers and a Harley J. Earl Trophy. Fletch getting by Terry. Bobby dropped all the way to the back. Here we are, one final look out of Bobby Labonte's car. That is what the pack looks like. Just 5 laps left in this race. Here we are back with the leaders. 4.5 laps now. This is where Dale Earnhardt hit a seagull in the closing stages of a 500. Coming off of 4, this is where Petty and Pearson got together in 76. That's when they were coming for the checkered flag, though. 4 to go. Into one. Brad Lindsay looking to the inside of Brady Fletch. This is where Cale shot under Donnie. Then they got together, beating and banging all the way down the backstretch until the infamous fight in 79. Coming to 3 laps to go. Fletch driving a Jeff Gordon tribute car for the 200 years of DuPont. This is where that exact car got turned in the 2002 Daytona 500. What I'm trying to say is, folks, anything can happen at the end of these races. 2.5 laps, just over 6 miles. That is all that stands between these cars and victory. Fletch getting into the back of Lindsay. Here comes Labonte looking to the inside. Remember, Fletch basically did this at the halfway mark. He's trying to recreate that magic. Two laps to go. Fletch into the back of Lindsay. Into the back of Lindsay again. Here we are on board with him. The pack seems to have split up. We're hearing cars complaining of sputtering, some in the back. I imagine we'll see some takers for pit road. Kyle Petty to the inside now. Lindsay blocks that, so does Fletch. Oh, Kyle Petty out of fuel. Look at that! Almost everybody! Everybody goes in the pits! All tried to be a bit too cute with their fuel mileage. But we're on the last lap. Fletch and Lindsay down the back. Fletch gives him a bit of a gap. Riding on board with our second place. He's trying to pull off the slingshot like Cale tried to do in 79. He gets it done. Fletch the new leader here in Daytona. Can Lindsay make the move again? Lindsay trying to close up off of 4. It's not gonna work. Brady Fletch coming down. And he wins the Daytona 250 to cap off a dream speed weeks. Lindsay gets second, Martin third, Kenny Schrader, Bill Elliott. That's your top 5. Dale Jarrett, Jeff Burton, Terry Labonte, Robbie Gordon, Kyle Petty. That's your top 10. And then it goes Kevin Harvick, Ernie Irvan, last year's winner Ricky Rudd, Rusty Wallace, Darrell Waltrip, Shauna Robinson, goes Stacy Compton, Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., and then finishing last is Bobby Labonte. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching this entire week of racing on Lizbiz TV. Let me tell you, I didn't realize how much work it was going to be when I undertook this task. But it was one of the most fun things I've ever done for this channel. So thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for getting, as of recording this video, last year's Daytona 250 has over 2,700 views. That is just absolutely insane. I never thought anything like that would happen. So thank you, everybody, so much for watching. And congratulations to AJ Foyt, Brady Fletch, Alex Bowman, Stacy Compton, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ty Majeski, then Brady Fletch twice. Those are your winners for the events of Daytona Speed Weeks 2023. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. We will see you in the next video.